If you step on the pitch, swiping your head left and right like you're on Tinder but you're not getting any in return, this video is for you. Because the biggest lie that you've been told is that if you just scan more, you'll get better at decision making. And if you believe that, don't worry, you're not alone. Because for the longest time, I believed it too. And I thought that I was bad at scanning. But I wasn't bad. And you ain't bad either. You're just blind because you don't know what to look for. But in today's video, I'm going to help you fix that. I'm going to help you go from blind scanning to scanning with a purpose. Now, this first one is something that I've not heard a lot of people talk about, but it's something that I wish I had done sooner. Because when I did do it, it helped me understand football so much quicker. Now, back in 2024, I was playing in a league, and I was playing as a striker for that team, and the ball came in from the midfield into my right winger. Now, when my right winger received it, I actually stood in front of her to support her. But in that moment, I didn't realize that she actually wanted to cut inside. And because I was standing in front of her, I was blocking her lane. And when she realized that I wasn't moving, she yelled at me. She basically told me to piss off. Now, I was already having a bad game during that day. And now I got yelled at by my teammate on the pitch mid-game. And in that moment, I felt like digging a hole to the core of the earth and just burying myself in there. And not even the ostrich kind where you just bury your head, but like bury myself entirely in there. But that incident taught me an important lesson. In football, it's important to not just learn about your role, but also your teammates' role. Whenever we play football, we obsess about our roles. If you're a winger, you consume all the winger content that you can. You'll watch videos about positioning, about skills, about runs and behind and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with that because you want to be able to master your game. But also make sure that you take the time out to understand how a centre back progresses in the game. Understand how a centre attacking midfielder sees the game. Basically, you want to become a Sifu in football knowledge. Now, this is important because when you do understand the role of your teammates, there won't be any clash in the duties that happen on the pitch. You won't be doing what your teammate needs to be doing, and then therefore your role will not be left empty. Because if there is a gap in the team structure because you've decided that you also need to do your teammate's job without realizing that your role is being left empty and that gets exploited, you're going to get blamed for it. But the reason you also want to understand other roles is that you also want to be able to understand your opposition. If you are playing as a winger and you have some knowledge of how a fullback operates, you would be able to exploit that. So spend some time studying all the positions. Be willing to be a positional prostitute. Play wherever is required. You never know, there might be too many injuries in the team at one point and the coach might ask you to fill in and you might just be the player that saves the team on that day. Quick interruption to this video. If you want to stay 3 steps ahead in your next match, the Tactical IQ Accelerator is for you. Within your next 2 to 3 match reviews, you'll be able to spot patterns earlier on the pitch and you'll know exactly when to speed up or take control of the play. It takes 60 to 90 minutes per game and you'll walk into your next match creating chances instead of reacting to them. And all of this costs less than a pair of league football boots. So if you're interested in investing in your Tactical IQ, click the link in the pinned comment down below. Now, we all know by now that scanning plays a big part in football, but there is a right way to do it, which also means there is a wrong way to do it. Every coach will tell you that when you play football, you need to scan, you need to look around more, you need to know what's going on in your surroundings. Pro players scan even as the ball is traveling towards them. Their head is constantly moving even if the ball is on the opposite end of the pitch. But the critical scan, the one where you scan as the ball is traveling towards you, is the most important, but it's also the hardest to do. Because you need to look away from the ball to be able to know what's going on around you, but at the same time, you don't want to take your eyes off the ball because you're afraid that if you do that, you would lose control of the ball. If you look away for too long, you might panic when the ball arrives at you because then you would have to try and make too many decisions at once. You don't want to lose the ball, but at the same time, you also want to know what's going on around you. So here's the solution to that. The best way to train this is to go up to a wall, do wall passing, and keep your head up the entire time. Keep your chin up, keep your eyes forward, and it's even better if you can track another object that is in front of you. Say the wall is hip height, which means that you have the vision of what is going on around you. If you spot someone walking, track that person. Just keep looking at that person as you're doing the wall passing, but try and keep the ball under control every time you pass the ball while looking at that person. And this is really useful for a number of reasons. Number one, it prevents you from zoning out. If you focus on just one immovable object, you will realize that after a while, you tend to get into a flow state. Your brain adjusts and you can keep control of the ball easily and it doesn't become challenging anymore. And number two, it gives you an extra stimulant. In the game, everyone is moving around. So you want to practice as if you're in a game, which means you want to try and track a moving object while you're keeping control of the ball, which then replicates the situation in a game. Start close to the wall and then slowly move further away. And you can also do this when you're dribbling. Now, if you're still here, you're a true one. So I'm going to give you the exact 4 things that you can start looking for in your games today. Number 1, pressure. Is the defender on your back or is there space behind you? If the defender is on your back, maybe you want to play a bounce pass. If there is space that you can turn into, maybe you want to turn into the space and attack the space. Number 2, available space. If the defender is tight on your back, does that mean that you can take one touch into the space that she has left behind her? Is there space to run down on the wing, or do you have to take a touch and then beat that defender? Number 3, passing options. The passing option that you have, is it going to advance the play forward or is it just a safe outlet? Will your teammates have time on the ball when they receive the pass from you? Will your teammates even be there in that position that they are in right now when you play the pass? Instead of just looking at where your teammates are in the moment, try and anticipate where they would be in the next 2 to 3 seconds. And number 4, and the most important one, gaps and transitional cues. Is there a defender that is lagging, that there is space in behind her that you can exploit? Can you play a through ball that takes out 4 players at once? Can you force the opponent to play one side so that space opens up on the other? These are the 4 things that you can go and start looking for in your own games when you play, or you can start looking for in the matches that you analyze. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.